and welcome back to the guided study of Act 4 of Shakespeare's play, Romeo and Juliet. We're going to continue reading Scene 2 of Act 4. But before we do, let's recall what happened in Scene 1. So remember, Juliet had gone to the friar to seek his counsel on what she should do because she's supposed to marry Paris, but she's already married to Romeo. Well, the friar came up with a magnificent plan where Juliet is going to drink a potion that will make her appear dead. She'll be buried alive. The friar will write to Romeo to tell him the plan, and Romeo will come and take Juliet away when she wakes up. Well, in Scene 2, we're going to be back at the Capulet house, and Juliet is just coming back from the friars. But she had told her parents that she was going for confession, not to come up with a secret plan to run away with Romeo, obviously. So she's coming back, and she's going to tell her father something. So I want you to pay attention in this scene what it is that she says to Lord Capulet. I would like you to go ahead and read Scene 2 all the way through. So go ahead and pause me now and read all of Scene 2 of Act 4. So at the start of this scene, all we see is Lord Capulet continuing wedding preparations for the wedding of Paris and Juliet. Well, when Juliet enters, she goes right to her father and begs for forgiveness. On line 22, she says, "Pardon, I beseech you, henceforward I am ever ruled by you." Well, Capulet is so excited that he says on line 24, "Send for the county, go tell him of this, I'll have this knot made up tomorrow morning." Well, tomorrow in the play is Wednesday. The wedding was not supposed to be till Thursday, but Lord Capulet is so excited that Juliet has agreed to marry Paris that he's moving the wedding up a day. So Juliet has no choice but to move the friar's plan forward and take the potion tonight instead of tomorrow night like the original plan entailed. And that's all that really happens in Scene 2. Now we're going to enter Scene 3, where Juliet and the nurse have gone to her room, and they're going to be wishing her a good night and talking about how excited they are for tomorrow's wedding. Now remember, dramatic irony is happening in this scene because we know Juliet's real plan, but no other characters besides Juliet in this scene know the plan, including me, her nurse. So as you read Scene 3, pay attention to what Juliet says. She's going to tell us some of her worries and her fears that she has in taking the friar's potion. Scene 3 is short, so go ahead and pause me now and read all of Scene 3. So, just like the friar said to Juliet in his plan, Juliet asks to be left alone at the start of this scene. She says at the very first line, "Gentle nurse, I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight." So instead of the nurse staying with Juliet like she normally does, she's asking to be left alone. For, she says, "I have need of many orisons," and orisons are prayers to move the heavens to smile upon my state. So she's asking to be left alone so she can pray the night before her wedding. Well, once Lady Capulet and myself bid her good night, she expresses many fears, and she has three. She expresses 3 fears. The first of her fears is on line 22. She says, "What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning?" So she's firstly worried that the potion may not work. And then she picks up a dagger and says, "No, this shall forbid it." So she plans that if the potion doesn't work, she's going to kill herself. Her second worry on line 25 is, "What if it be a poison which the friar subtly have ministered to have me dead?" So she's worried that maybe the potion that the friar gave her is actually poison. And her third and final worry is on line 32. She says, "How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me?" So she is afraid that if she wakes before Romeo comes, she'll be trapped in a tomb with dead bodies. And she says that she may lose her mind if she has to be buried alive with all of these dead bodies. But on line 60, she finally says, "Romeo, I come, this do I drink to thee." And she drinks the potion and falls into a deep slumber. Now, scene 4 is going to be back in Capulet's hall. So while Juliet had this inner dialogue going with herself and was considering whether or not to drink the potion, Capulet has been continuing to prepare for the wedding, which has now been moved up to the next day. So you're going to see it is very early in the morning on that Wednesday morning. So go ahead and pause me now and read through all of scene 4. So we see the preparations continuing to happen, and Capulet tells us that it is 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's very early, and he continues preparing and ordering his servants around, and then he says for one of them to go send for Paris, and at the end of the scene on line 29, he has me, the nurse, go and wake Juliet and get her ready for the day. And that's where we're going to end for today. We will continue our reading of Act 4 in the next video. Please make sure to complete your study guides, and I will see you next time.